Alright, so today I'm going to be talking about my experience at CollectorCon on March 1st, 2026. And honestly, this was probably one of the best collector-based events I've ever been to. From what I know, I'm pretty sure this event runs every couple months, so it's not just a one-time thing, which is really good. Because after going to this one, I definitely want to go again. So when I got there, first thing I noticed was just how big it actually was. There were 3 major halls, like 3 full-size sections packed with stalls, and each one had something different going on. It wasn't cramped or messy either. It was just really well laid out, easy to walk through, and just had a really nice vibe overall. And the variety was insane. There was literally something for everyone. You had Transformers, Marvel Legends, Star Wars, Ninja Turtles, comics, anime stuff, Lego, even 3D printing items and custom pieces. It didn't matter what you were into, you were going to find something there. There were heaps of stalls, and one of the best parts was just going through all the bins and buckets full of random figures and parts. You could honestly spend ages just digging through stuff and finding hidden gems. And the people there were great too. Really chill, easy to talk to, and clearly passionate about what they were selling. One of the first people I actually talked to was this guy who collects all the Masterpiece Transformers. He was a super cool guy, really knew his stuff, even ended up swapping details in case we wanted to talk or do some deals later on. That's kind of the vibe the whole event had. Just collectors meeting collectors. Another big thing, prices were actually really good. Like proper good deals, not overpriced convention stuff. You could generally find bargains if you looked around a bit. Honestly, just walking through the halls, checking out everything, talking to people, it just felt really relaxed and enjoyable. It kind of reminded me of going to markets, but specifically for collectors. Just way more focused and way more interesting. And I'll say it straight up, I enjoyed this more than Oz Comic Con. A lot more. It's cheaper, it's more focused on actual collecting, and it just feels more real and less commercial. And something else that made the whole experience even better, there was actually live entertainment too. They even had a wrestling ring set up, and there were a few guys doing some live matches throughout the event. It wasn't just stalls and shopping, you could actually stop, watch, and enjoy something different for a bit. It added a lot to the atmosphere and made the whole thing feel more like an event rather than just a market. Just another reason why it was such a fun experience overall. Alright, so after all that, here's what I actually ended up picking up from the event. In the first hall, I found a Black Series Mandalorian and Grogu in a sealed box. I found it in a bucket surrounded by other sealed figures that were marked at $25. But I managed to bargain it down to $20, which is honestly an amazing price for a sealed set. Going into the second hall, this one I'm really happy with. I came across a store with a bunch of bagged Transformers figures, and they had the Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen, Scrapper and Skipjack for $30 each. I ended up making a deal and got both for $50 total, which is crazy considering earlier I had seen someone trying to sell just Scrapper alone for $50, which I was thinking about buying it at the time, but I'm really glad I waited. Now, going into the third and final hall, this one was probably the most fun to find. There was a store that was basically just buckets of loose toys, and digging through it, I found a Titan's Return Sentinel Prime. It was missing one of the shin pads at first, so I actually spent a few minutes just digging through the bucket, and I found it, which was super satisfying. It's still missing a few accessories like the guns and the shuttle fins, but for $10, that's an amazing deal. After that, I checked out another store that had a mix of Generations and Henkai figures. I found a Henkai Astro Train marked at $25, and I got it down to $20. It's not the best figure ever, but I thought it would be a cool pickup, and it's definitely a nice addition to my Astro Train collection. And finally, probably the most interesting pickup, Revenge of the Fallen Mind Wipe. I found him in a bucket with a bunch of older figures and combiners. The vendor had heaps of stuff laid out, and I ended up grabbing him for 45 bucks. He's a pretty rare figure, and honestly, he kind of reminds me of like a live action adaptation of the Transformers Prime Soundwave, which makes him even more interesting to me. So, in total, I spent about $140, which for everything I got is honestly really solid value. Overall, I'm really happy with these pickups. Some great deals, some really fun finds, and just a really good experience all around. So yeah, if you're even slightly into collecting, I'd 100% recommend checking out Collecticon. It's cheap, it's fun, it's a great experience, and there's always something new to find. I'll definitely be going again. Let me know if you've been to one of these before, or if you're planning to go, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.